So if I could take you into prison with me, which I'd love to, by the way, I think it would change your perspective. Here's what I would say. 20 years ago, I didn't know any women in prison, and I didn't want to know any women in prison, and now I know so many women in prison. And honestly, in the United States, the rise in female incarceration rates is astonishing. But with every woman in prison, what we're also finding is there's a family back home somewhere, and we want to reach their kids. And we want to break generational cycles of crime and incarceration. And if you know anything about adverse childhood experiences, one of the things that we know is having an incarcerated mother is an adverse childhood experience. And what we find with our women, because we do provide free trauma counseling for incarcerated women, is they have multiple adverse childhood experiences. And look, I don't excuse anything that our constituency has done. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, if you dig a little deeper, you'll probably find that a lot of times there's a reason people do what they do. And we want to equip them to live fulfilling lives, crime-free lives, successful lives. And that's what we're doing here at Heartbound Ministries. One of my favorite things is to know, I'm thinking of one of our seminary women right here, and her daughter was inspired to go to college because she saw her mom going to college in prison. And when you give to Heartbound Ministries, you make that possible. And so it's incredibly important that we support prison ministry. I mean, no matter how you might feel about crime and incarceration, it's a reality. And the only way that reality is going to change is through the power of Christ. And so by giving to this ministry, you really do make a difference. You're not paying for a lot of overhead. You're not paying for large nonprofit salaries. It's really going to programming. 86% of everything that's given goes to programming. And so we invite you to join us. Enjoy the journey in giving, because I promise you, when you give to this ministry, you get to see the return on your investment. You really do. We're going to communicate with you. We're going to share those stories. And just know that your giving helps change lives. So join in.